Hi Aquarius, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a weekly tarot reading for the week of September 13th to the 19th, 2021. I do want to thank you so much for joining me, but I also want to remind you in this moment to like this video, to leave me a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. But as I catch my breath, we're going to begin by pulling a message or two or three from the Green Witch Oracle deck. And as I do the initial shuffling, keep in mind general intuitive read for the week for the sign of Aquarius, my lovely Aquarians. So take what resonates, leave a dozen for somebody else. And make sure to as well check out the other placements within your chart for more messages. All right? One last shuffle for this one. Okay. For my lovely Aquarians, to begin this read for the week of September 13th to the 19th, 2021, excuse me, as I struggle for Aquarius. Okay. Alrighty, so we have trust, memory, and hope. All right, so let's begin. So there's going to be a focus on your trust. You may find yourself throughout the week focusing or thinking thoroughly about whether or not you can trust those in your life, energies, people. Meeting new people as well throughout the week, finding yourself asking within, asking oneself, can I actually trust them? Is it somebody who will be loyal, or just somebody I can expect the best from moving forward? Feeling like some of you are starting to see the truth in a situation with a specific somebody, whether it's a relationship, love relationship, family member, or a friend or an acquaintance, could even be a coworker. It's you just sort of your third eye opening and seeing the truth about them, and maybe discovering you can't fully trust them. Okay. Moving on to memory. And so all the meanwhile throughout the week, there's going to be a huge focus on your memory, whether you feel it's easy to remember things these days, or you feel it's truly difficult, where things just leave your memory quickly, or you have a short-term memory loss or something of the sort. A lot of you remembering certain memories from the past, which could connect to this focus on trust or lack of which. Feeling like a lot of you are trying to gain new knowledge, new skill sets, at times feeling like you're sort of happy, as I'm drawn to the sun, but look at the face. It's like you're sort of happy, but you're not, right? Or you might outwardly be exuding a level of energy that seems happy, but within you're a bit depleted or just not as happy as you seem. Interesting. It might have a lot to do with what you're thinking about thoroughly, or just overthinking to a certain extent. And we're moving on to hope. And we have Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus on the board. So you may have those in your chart or be dealing with one throughout the week. And so throughout the week, you're going to find the universe pushing you to keep this certain level of hope or bring it back to your situation. Feeling like at times throughout the week, it's easy to neglect your self-care, or to simply expect the worst out of a new situation or a situation that you've been in for a while. Feeling like a lot of you, as you think about, or certain memories are brought up, maybe not the best memories, some could be very positive, but either way, that just sort of forces you to, without meaning to, compare to what's ahead or what you're dealing with at the current time, and to just sort of remember that you're a blossoming individual. You're still growing and developing, as well as the situations that you are moving towards or continuing to grow, and to remember that it's a process and not everything happens overnight, and to just remain positive, optimistic, and keep that true level of hope, or once again bring it back. Okay? And so we're going to continue by pulling 5 tarot cards from the Gilded Tarot Royale deck. Let's do some initial shuffling. I feel like nature's going to take a true focus as well throughout your week. There'll just be a moment where you're looking at an animal, or a tree, a plant, a flower. Some of you might be gardening, and it just takes your mind off of all the stress and the difficulties that you've been dealing with up until this point. Okay. For Aquarius, to continue for the week of the 13th to the 19th of September 2021. And I feel like a lot of Aquariuses are thinking thoroughly throughout the week at certain points about traveling, or about just heading in a new direction in one way, shape, or form as a plane goes by. outside. That's actually a helicopter. Interesting. Two of Wands as well. I'm not going to pull it because that would be 6 and we're only pulling 5. But there's a reason I started to. You at times feeling throughout the week that you long for more, that you deserve more, feeling like a level of balance and sort of groundedness has left you for a while, or just in the recent past, and just needing to bring it back as you move confidently in a mature way towards what you deserve instead of just sort of longing for it, right? Understanding if you want a change to happen in your life, just make it happen. Move towards it. 5 of Swords. And so at times throughout the week, you're going to find yourself feeling a bit defensive when it comes to certain conversations. And those conversations don't necessarily need that level of defense. You just are, again, feeling... It might have to do with who you feel like you can't trust or what you've been pushed to think about thoroughly or remember. Feeling like you're starting to see the truth in a situation that leaves you feeling you're in the midst of a bit of a battle. If it's a battle internally with oneself as to what to do, who to keep with you as you move forward, or simply feeling like you're in a battle with one other person or a group of people. And it feels like this isn't a new set of people or a new person in your life. They've been with you for a while. And so it's just a bit heartbreaking or a bit disappointing to even be going through this. It feels like you could be the piece in the situation as long as you allow yourself to take a deep breath and understand that everything will work out, even if you have to make a few adjustments and changes moving forward to benefit your inner peace and your stability, okay? 6 of Swords. And so there's going to be a focus moving forward on you needing to walk away from what no longer works for you, whether, again, it's this person or these people or a situation like a job, a living situation, or something of the sort. And feeling like a lot of you just can't help but feel bad for those who you're leaving behind, or feel, for some of you, it's this feeling where you're like, I felt bad for long enough, or I've held back for long enough. It's time to do what's right for me. It's time to do what's right for Aquarius. For some of you, Aquarius, is this moment where you feel like, okay, well, I keep finding myself in a situation where I have to leave and move to something better. Why is it that I can't just move towards the right situation? And just remember that everything happens for a reason, and that you are remembering things for a purpose, right? To move you towards something bigger and better, or to move towards something healthier for you. Again, depending on what category this happens or lies within for your specific situation. It could be multiple situations you find yourself needing to leave. You could also feel as if you're just needing to move away from a person or a group of people or a situation temporarily to gather your thoughts or just keep your cool. Feeling like there's a potential to just overreact emotionally, whether that's anger or sadness or just kind of wanting to explode to a certain extent and being like, all the meanwhile, you're sort of irritating me, or this is happening to a certain extent. Memories are being brought back up and I just don't know how to feel. And so to step away might be the best route to figure out how to react or figure out how to proceed in general. 2 of Pentacles. And as your week moves forward, you're going to find yourself weighing out pros and cons, weighing out decisions, figuring out what you actually want moving forward. And again, who and what's going to come with you as you move forward. But it's this feeling that as you're trying to keep things positive and optimistic, it could feel a bit difficult to do just that. And a need to, push by the universe to keep that level of hope once again, as you are reminded that you're still growing and developing, as well as those people in your situation, in your life in general. And to just utilize all the knowledge and wisdom you've gained over time, that beautiful analytical Aquarius mind, to make certain decisions and not to overly weigh the options out, right? Not to overthink them, because it feels like at times you want to sort of list things out or plan it out or decide so analytically that you don't ever make a decision, or you overthink it to the point of stressing yourself out, even if you do make a decision in the end. So just allow yourself to simplify things, trust what you already know. Of course, ask more questions if need be, do your research, but just keep it more simplistic than you naturally want to. All right, and we're moving on to the Queen of Wands. And so as the week moves forward, you're going to find yourself focusing on your passion. Are you feeling passionate about what you're working towards? Are you feeling passionate about the people in your life? Feeling as if being aligned with the 5 of Swords. It's interesting because when you find yourself in conversations that feel like a bit of a battle or a bit conflicting, you sort of feel more passionate afterwards. And it's this sort of, you needing to channel or being forced, pushed by the universe to channel those emotions, that anxiety, if you will, into passion and putting it towards something positive or towards a good use. Like maybe creating art or writing music, creating music, or just putting it towards your job and career or making a change in your life. And remembering that difficult situations can lead to something positive in the end, okay? And I really find that you'll be connecting to dogs or cats throughout the week for one reason or another. Death. And so as you make your way to finish up the week and throughout the week in general, you'll find a focus on certain situations coming to an end once again and being aligned with the Six of Swords. Even if you walked away from the situation temporarily earlier on in the week or even previous to that, you might find yourself thinking about putting that situation to an end altogether. Feeling like, if I have to so often walk away temporarily, why do I keep this situation or this person or group of people in my life permanently? Taking a moment and being the Queen of Swords in your life and just asking yourself, okay, so who and what's coming with me once again as I move forward towards certain changes that are meant for me? And it feels like, again, the memories keep popping back up, remembering certain things and blanks being filled in to help you make these decisions more clearly, okay? So let's wrap up this reading by pulling a message or two from the Find Your Happy deck. For Aquarius to wrap up this weekly read. Okay, so I listen to my feelings, and how I feel is more important than how I look, as well as my life gets better by change, not chance. And so you remembering and being pushed to remember that throughout the week, that if you want something to change, if you want your life to look differently or to feel differently, then make a change. You know, don't just hope that it turns out better, okay? And with I listen to my feelings and how I feel is more important than how I look, it's truly a week where you're gonna feel a bit emotional. Like, let's be honest, right? And so these emotions are to teach you something, to help you grow and develop into the individual you're meant to be, and to remember that it's more important how you feel with certain people, certain situations, than how you look. Okay. So Aquarius, I hope this reading was truly helpful. As always, I'm wishing you nothing but the best, sending you love and light. Hope you have the most amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Aquarius.